it was obviously very nice to do well out there. I mean, that's Discraft's premier event. It's literally in their backyard, and everyone in the area, from workers to just Discraft fans, are basically coming. Someone wants attention, but yeah, no. Basically, it's just a big, huge Discraft event, equivalent to some of the other ones with like Innova and I'm sure like USDGC kind of thing, of where that's a big Innova event. So it felt good to obviously perform there. I haven't performed well in the past. I was looking this up because I've almost made more money in winnings this year than I did last year, which honestly is pretty impressive when you look at my last year. I played like a lot of smaller like A tiers and stuff and like made a couple $100, yada yada. This year, obviously, really difficult to cash at these events. If you don't play well, you're not going to cash. But my last couple performances at DGLO have been really, really bad. And to the point of where if I would have played like that this year, I mean, I might have gotten dead last with how crazy good the fields are getting. So it's really fun getting to a course too, knowing that you can birdie every hole, where I want to say last year, like hole 1 and hole 2, or hole 1 and hole 18, both of those, if you have a big forehand, those holes become a lot easier. Hole 1, I parked twice. So I had tap-in birdies twice. Sawed off one of them to where I kind of scrambled. It was probably the craziest scramble I've actually had all year to save par. And then hole 18, I parked it twice and then had like a 25-footer maybe the third time. So I went 5 under on those 2 holes in the tournament, where last year I want to say like I was throwing forehand on 18 but could barely even get to the top of the hill. And then hole 1, I think I was still trying to throw like touchy turnover backhands, which is just a much harder shot. So playing the course like this year was so much more fun. Like hole 5, that really long tunnel shot, wasn't scared of that hole. Last year was terrified every single time coming up to that tee pad. So the mindset of going into these holes a lot different. And the other cool thing for me is like I didn't play well. Like I didn't play out of my mind to get 9th place. The first round I missed maybe 4 or 5 putts inside a circle. The second round, I had many opportunities of capitalizing on some good shots and never did. And then the final round, I was in perfect position on hole 14 after the drive, perfect position hole 15 after the drive, did a terrible upshot on 16 to bogey that hole, perfect position on hole 17 after the drive. And so those 4 holes, I walk away. Probably should have walked away at least 2 under. I walked away 1 over. So that's 3 shots right there that I kind of just gave up.
Yeah.
So it was one of those where obviously very happy with where I finished, but still, a part of the process, a part of the journey. I want to continue to try to put myself in position to win these things. And I knew going into the final round, I had to shoot, I don't know, probably like something close to like 15 under, I think.
It would have been somewhere in there, yeah.
Because what I finished at 18, or no, the winner was 25, and I think I finished at 18, 7, 4,
I can pull
7,
it up.
4, yeah, 7, 4, 7 is what I shot, I think. So 18, and the winner was 25. So I think I needed to shoot 15 under to get into a playoff essentially. But also Corey Ellis and Calvin Heimberg shredded.
Yeah.
So it was one of those where if I get into the clubhouse at 12 under or something like that, to where I'm in the lead and they've got, those 4 or 5 holes left to where they could still birdie and pass me, who knows? But it was nice to, go, I think 6 or 7 under, 8 under, whatever it was through 10 to start the round.
Yeah, you were 7 through 10. And it was pretty exciting because at that point, I think it was around hole 9 and 10, you were in the lead. Obviously, they were like 5 holes back from you. But it was like you...
And the front 9 were the scoreable holes. So.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're kind of shredding that side of the course. But it seems like a consistent theme doing debate night and also looking at your stats is like your putting a lot of times is what is the like one stat that like this week you were top 5 in a lot of stats, top 10 in a lot of stats. Obviously you finished ninth, so that's expected. But then putting was still like the area that you struggled with somewhat, if you want to call it struggling. What are you focusing on to like continue changing that? Or is it just like something that you're working through?
Yeah, no, I think it's just been a lack of repetition and practice the last couple weeks. And a lot of time I would spend more time playing the course and trying to work on shots.
Yeah.
And then obviously with my back and some other kind of nagging injuries I've had, I haven't really been able to put in as much time that I usually do. And I've seen that the most on the putting green. Like that's where it's hurt me the most. But I will say like the back is starting to feel a little bit better. And so this was the first week that I really got time to put into putting, to where I would show up, I think one of my rounds I showed up an hour before to putt an extra hour. After every round I putted for an extra hour. And I think you could kind of see like between Friday, Saturday, Sunday, my Circle 1 putting got much better.
Yeah.
And I started making some more Circle 2 putts. So
it's
starting to happen.
You started Sunday 100% Circle 1 and Circle 2 for a big chunk of those first holes.
Yeah. And I'm throwing the disc really, really well. I think I was putting myself inside of Circle 2 more than, I want to say, almost anyone.
Yeah, you're up there.
So, I'm giving myself a lot of chances. I think also on a course like this where scrambling and being able to get up and down basically from all sorts of different crazy positions, I didn't have too many bogeys out there. I don't know if I even took a double. I don't think I did. I think I only had a couple bogeys, and a lot of those, like one of them was me being aggressive on a Circle 2 putt uphill through a bad scuba. It hit a tree, hit a limb, kind of overhanging limb, and then rolled down the hill, and I took bogey there. So like a lot of the bogeys too were just kind of on in spots I probably shouldn't have taken it.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with my play overall. I'm happy with how I'm throwing the disc, how I'm scrambling. And after watching coverage from Northwoods Blacks, I'm sure we're going to get into a little bit of Ledgestone coming up. You're going to need to be able to scramble really well out there. So I think that's one of the reasons why I kind of stayed up close to the top, was I was able to birdie a lot of the holes that you have to birdie out there. And then the holes that are, very tough to birdie, but you should be getting pars. When I did throw a bad shot or got off the fairway or whatever, I was still able to manage to save par. So I think that definitely helped, obviously, at this tournament. But overall, performance-wise, it's good to get another top 10. But, I'm still not where I want to be.
Yeah.
There's still a lot for me to get better at, to continue to kind of push to eventually take one of these things down.